The phone trembled in my hand as I stared at the screen. Jordan's name flashing like an accusation in the dim hospital light. Just hours after our bodies had fused in a haze of pheromones and whispered promises. He was already dialing the clinic, his voice cold and clinical as he scheduled the bond removal procedure. My heart shattered into a million pieces. But as the doctor explained the risks, I locked eyes with Jordan and whispered, "NOI won't let you erase us." I never imagined our friendship would lead here. To this sterile room in downtown Manhattan where the scent of antiseptic clashed with the lingering traces of his alpha musk on my skin. Jordan and I had been inseparable since freshman year at NYU. Two lost souls navigating the chaos of the city that never sleeps. He was the quintessential alpha tall, broad-shouldered, with a jawline that could cut glass and a pheromone aura that turned heads in every crowded subway car. Me. I was the omega outlier. Alex, with my messy curls and a knack for blending into the background. My heat's always suppressed by meds to avoid the drama that came with our biology. Our bond started innocently enough. Or so I told myself. Late-night study sessions in his cramped dorm room. Sharing greasy pizza slices from Joe's on Bleecker Street. Laughing about failed dates and the absurdity of alpha-omega dynamics in a modern world. Jordan dated betas mostly, claiming omegas were too complicated with their bonds and scents. "I don't want that forever crap," he'd say, punching my arm playfully. But there was always something more. A spark in his eyes when our gazes lingered too long. A possessive growl in his voice when other alphas got too close to me. One rainy autumn evening, as thunder rattled the windows of his Brooklyn apartment, everything changed. We'd been binge-watching old sci-fi flicks, the kind where worlds collided and fates intertwined. My suppressants had worn off earlier that week, stupid me forgetting to refill the prescription amid midterm sand. The first waves of my heat hit like a freight train. Sweat beaded on my forehead, my body aching with need. Pheromones flooding the room in sweet, desperate waves. Jordan noticed immediately. His nostrils flared, eyes darkening as he shifted on the couch. "Alex, you okay?" His voice was rough, laced with that alpha command that made my knees weak. I think my heat's starting," I stammered, trying to play it cool. But my hands were shaking as I reached for my jacket. "I should go?" He grabbed my wrist, his touch electric. "Don't be dumb. Stay. I'll help you through Ida's friends." Friends. The word hung in the air like a lie. As the storm raged outside, we crossed that line, his alpha instincts taking over in a whirlwind of kisses and touches that set my soul on fire. His lips claimed mine with a hunger I'd only dreamed of, his hands roaming my body as if mapping every inch for eternity. In the heat of the moment, our pheromones synced, forging that invisible bond alphas and omegas whispered about in hushed tones, the kind that linked hearts and minds. Unbreakable without medical intervention. Waking up tangled in his sheets the next morning, I felt whole for the first time. Jordan's arm draped over me, his breath warm against my neck. That was intense, he murmured, a lazy smile on his face. "Yeah," I whispered back, my heart swelling with hope. Maybe this was our beginning. But as the day wore on, doubt crept in. Jordan grew distant, pacing the apartment like a caged animal. "Alex, we need to talk," he said finally, sitting me down on the edge of the bed. His eyes avoided mine. "Last night was a mistake. The bond, it's too much. I can't do forever right now. I'm calling the doc to get it removed. The words hit like a punch to the gut. Removed. Like our connection was some temporary tattoo to be lasered off. Tears stung my eyes as he dialed the number. His voice steady as he booked the appointment at a discreet ABO clinic in Chelsea. It's for the best. He insisted, but his pheromones betrayed him, tinged with regret and fear. I spent the next few days in a fog, wandering the bustling streets of New York. The city's energy is stark contrast to the emptiness inside me. Central Park's leaves crunched under my feet as I replayed every moment, the way he'd laughed at my jokes, the protective arm around my shoulders during late-night walks home from bars. Was it all just friendship amplified by biology? Friends rallied around me. My beta roommate, Mia, dragged me to a cozy coffee shop in the village, her voice fierce over steaming lattes. He's scared. Alex. Alphas like him think bonds mean losing control. But you deserve someone who fights for you. Her words echoed as I stared at my phone. Jordan's texts piling up. Please understand. I care about you. But this bond. It's overwhelming. Overwhelming. It was everything to me. In a world where omegas were often seen as secondary, this bond felt like validation, a promise of equality and love. But Jordan's fear stemmed from his past, his parents' messy divorce after a forced bond, leaving him wary of commitments. He'd confided in me once, over cheap beers on a rooftop party, how it scarred him. As the appointment loomed, I confronted him in his apartment. The air was thick with tension, our scents clashing in a storm of emotions. Why? I demanded, voice breaking. Was last night nothing to you? He ran a hand through his hair, eyes tormented. It was everything. Alex. That's the problem. I'm not ready for this intensity. The bond makes it feel like I have no choice. No choice. I echoed, stepping closer. Love is a choice. Jordan. Every day? He pulled me into his arms then, our bodies fitting perfectly, but the hug felt like goodbye. As we drove to the clinic that evening, traffic crawling through Midtown, silence enveloped us like a shroud. The doctor, a kindly beta woman with wire-rimmed glasses, explained the procedure in her softly lit office. Bond removal is safe, but it can leave emotional scars. Are you both sure? Jordan nodded, but I saw the hesitation in his eyes. My heart raced as I thought of a life without this connection. Without him. No, I said firmly, my voice cutting through the room. I won't do it. Jordan's head snapped up, shock etching his features. Alex, this bond isn't a mistake. I continued, tears streaming down my face. It's us. If you want to walk away, fine. But I'm not erasing what we have. It's real, and it's worth fighting for. The drive back was tense, rain pattering against the windshield like unspoken words. Jordan pulled over on a quiet side street in Hell's Kitchen, turning to face me. You're right, he admitted, voice raw. I'm scared. My parents' bond ruined them, and I thought it'd ruin us too. But losing you, that terrifies me more. We talked for hours that night, parked under flickering streetlights, unraveling fears and dreams. Jordan opened up about his insecurities, how alpha expectations weighed on him like chains. I shared my omega vulnerabilities, the constant battle for respect in a society that still viewed us through outdated lenses. As dawn broke over the city, painting the skyline in hues of pink and gold. Jordan took my hand. Let's give this a shot for real. No removals. No running. Our first real date was simple. Brunch at a hole-in-the-wall diner in the East Village. Pancakes stacked high and coffee steaming. Laughter came easily. The bond enhancing every touch. Every glance. But challenges arose. Jordan's alpha friends teased him about settling down, while my Omega support group warned of heartbreak. We navigated it together, attending ABO counseling sessions in a community center uptown, learning to communicate beyond pheromones. One evening, during a heat wave that turned the city into a sauna, tension boiled over. Jordan had been distant, buried in work at his graphic design firm. Is this too much? I asked, fear creeping in as we argued in our now-shared apartment. He pulled me close, his scent enveloping me like a promise. No, Alex. This is everything I didn't know I needed. Our love deepened, woven into the fabric of New York life strolls through Brooklyn Bridge Park at sunset. Stolen kisses in crowded Times Square. Quiet nights cooking pasta in our tiny kitchen. The bond wasn't a chain. It was a bridge, connecting our souls in ways words couldn't. But fate tested us further. Jordan's ex, a pushy alpha from his past, resurfaced at a gallery opening in Soho. Her pheromones aggressive as she cornered him. You think an Omega can handle you? She sneered. I overheard, jealousy igniting like wildfire. That night, we fought words sharp, sense clashing. Do you regret not removing it? I yelled, tears blurring my vision. Jordan cupped my face, eyes fierce. Never. You're my choice. Bond or no bond. We made up under the stars on our fire escape, bodies reuniting in a dance of forgiveness and passion. The experience strengthened us, teaching that love required effort, not just biology. Months turned into a year, our story becoming a beacon for others in the ABO community. We volunteered at Pride events, sharing our journey to inspire young alphas and omegas facing similar doubts. Jordan even started a blog, chronicling the beauty and challenges of bonded life in the Big Apple. One crisp fall day, exactly a year after that fateful night, Jordan led me to the spot where it all began, his old dorm rooftop, now overlooking a sea of twinkling lights. He knelt, pulling out a small box. Alex, this bond is forever, but I want the world to know it too. Marry me. Tears of joy streamed as I nodded, our lips meeting in a kiss that sealed our future. The city hummed around us, a symphony of possibilities. In refusing to remove the bond, I'd chosen you and Jordan had chosen me back. Our love wasn't defined by alpha or omega labels, but by the humanity we shared, the resilience we built. In a world quick to sever connections, we proved that some bonds were worth every risk, every tear, every triumphant heartbeat. As we walked hand in hand through the vibrant streets, I knew this was our happily ever after, not perfect, but profoundly ours.